Okay. So what we have done to this point is we have our base or parent class. A child class extends this or is derived from it. Right? So this is what we just did. We have a base class, parent class, we're inheriting from it. So for instance, they're saying here that the child class is a subclass of this. So it's called an is-a relationship. This implies the child class inherits everything from the parent class. Now, moving on to composition. Composition is a has a relationship, and I haven't watched that video for a while, but I remember it was pretty good. So we have a has a relationship, which is called composition. So a composite class has a component class. Okay, well, that doesn't mean much of anything. So you can create classes that are composed of other classes. So for instance, here we have our engine. We have our engine class, we have our car class, right? Nobody's inheriting from anybody else, but we can use the class inside our car. So it's different than, it's different than doing the inheritance. In this case, we're using another class inside our class. So we're creating that class as an attribute, which allows us to use this inside of here as we're constructing our car. So we construct our car, we go into here, we put in our brand, we put in our model. It creates an engine for us inside of our class. We don't have to do anything with engine. So it's somewhat like inheritance where we don't have to create an engine class specifically. It does it for us. So this self.engine, it creates a class. That should be creates an object, shouldn't it? Creates an object as an attribute. So now we're composing car using this other class. And this is a more flexible model than inheritance, and you'll see both of them when you get to more advanced programming stuff. But now we can start the engine start. Do I have that in here? Oh, I have boats and other things, but I don't have my car. Okay, I don't know what happened to my car. So here we have another example. We have a class representing a car. Right? So we bring this in. We're creating a car class. And we can also create a person class. And then I can connect them together by saying me.drive. So me can use car. Because of why can we do that? Notice how we're composing differently here. We create an instance of this object, and instead of creating the object inside of the class, we create the object here, pass it in as a parameter. Now we're using the car class and the person class in the same object, which gives us access to both classes, both class methods and attributes. And actually, this is supposed to be all on the same page. So if you inherit a bunch of times, that can be a big mess. But composition allows us to have many classes and we can use them together. It's more flexible for having multiple classes used together as an object. So a person has a car. A person could have a boat. A person could have an airplane, all in the same program. A person is the base class, or I don't know what they call it up here. It's the composite class, meaning it's all these classes put together. So all those classes put together make up your composite class. And then we compose a spaceship. I don't know, I just like composing spaceships. So let's see how our spaceship goes. It's not a box, at least, you know. So my spaceship has a start. It has a stop. That's the engine. There's the body class. Here is my, what you might think of as the base class, but as the composite class. This guy is going to use these two as pieces. So we create a new spaceship. Vroom, vroom, vroom. So when we create our new spaceship, look at what we're doing here. What are we doing there?
They're creating an engine and a body.
Yep, we're taking these two classes, creating objects inside of this. So instead of inheriting, we are composing. We're saying the spaceship has an engine, the spaceship has a body. We could say the spaceship has landing pads, the spaceship has whatever. So we can put any number of objects into our main object. And then we can do things. Oh, we can change the color. When did I put the, oh, that's right, the body changes color. It's a chameleon spaceship. We have a describe, which actually should be string. We should just change that to double underscore string, but I didn't. I just did that for whatever reason. But if we did do that, we wouldn't need this describe. All we would have to do, oh, that's a better way to do it. That is in keeping with what we're doing too in this little thing here. We just print the spaceship, but instead of this, we put in our str, or I'm doing too many dits. Now we just print the spaceship, we print our string representation. There it is. It's white with a sleek shape, the engine started. It's now blue with a sleek shape, the engine stopped. So there's my spaceship. Composed of a body and an engine. And the spaceship holds it together. How do you do any better than that? And then we have an assignment. Well, would you think that you have to do a boat class with a motor and a passenger? Could you do a Sea-Doo with something else, or do a, you know, you could do anything you want. You could do a tugboat with a barge. Yeah, you can do whatever you want. You know, I always give people creative freedom. You don't have to do just a boat. I should put that in there. Or whatever you want to create there. There's the creative freedom. I would like to see a time machine. I think that'd be fun. I'm sure the TARDIS is been created using composition because it's like bigger on the inside, you know.
Mhm.
It had to have been, it couldn't be done by inheritance because the code would be too complicated.